All right, guys. So there's a little bit of controversy surrounding the upcoming Marvel film Captain America: Brave New World. There's a lot of controversy around it, but sorry, Jesus. The one that I mainly want to talk about is the decision to change the character of Sabra, whatever her name is. We'll get to it later. Let's read this a little bit from CBR. In September 2022, Shira Haas was cast as Ruth Bat Seraph slash Sabra, I don't know, an Israeli mutant who in the comics is an agent of the real-life intelligence agency Mossad. Due to the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Marvel Studios received backlash for the character's inclusion in Brave New World, with many fans and Palestinians concerned that the MCU would potentially glorify Israel through the use of Sabra. However, it looks like Marvel will be heavily downplaying Sabra's Israeli roots in the upcoming superhero movie, with Marvel.com revealing that Ruth Bat Seraph never worked for Mossad in the MCU. Instead, she is a former Black Widow who now works as a high-ranking U.S. government official who has the trust of President Ross. So if you watch the trailer, it's this lady right here. And I have feelings about this. First of all, I feel unfair that the people that are very heavily invested in the Israel and Palestine conflict are so arrogant that they just demand that everybody needs to understand it and come to a conclusion about it. Because if you ask people that are on the side of Palestine or whatever, they will tell you that, well, there's a Palestinian genocide going on. And then if you ask the pro-Israel side, well, they will insist that, well, we're being attacked by Hamas. We're fighting against Hamas, a terrorist organization. And both sides will tell you that innocent people on both sides have died. Both sides will insist that, each other's side are the most horrible people and blah, 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 blah. And if you're someone like me who simply doesn't know that much about this situation, you're a bad person because you're not going to say that Israel is committing a genocide. Even though you simply don't know you just don't know if you can't reasonably say that. So, I mean, I find the arrogance and the entitlement of people who are heavily invested in this to just be annoying, quite frankly. Because the reality is that I have a full-time job. I have responsibilities. On top of all that, I try to, run 2 YouTube channels. By the way, this isn't me complaining or anything. It's just that when it comes to me prioritizing the things that I look into and that I invest my time into, the Palestine-Israel conflict is just not one of them. I simply have not gone in and really learned about what people say is one of the most complicated conflicts in the history of the world. So there's that. Now we get into this situation here where people are causing an uproar because this character is apparently in the comics. She was basically Israeli Captain America. That's what it kind of seems like, right? I find it a little troubling that now we're at a point where that's not a thing that you can do. Because, I'm just saying, there are a lot of people that would argue that the United States has also done some messed up stuff. But we can have a Captain America? We can have a Captain America that like is his own person. He goes against the more, bad things that the USA has done. Like we've seen this in the MCU. We can have a Captain America that is his own person, and that is like the embodiment of like the best parts about America, and is the ideal of what America should aspire to be. But you can't have an Israeli version of that? That's weird. That's really weird to me. It's really weird to me that we are allowing the current political climate to essentially, like, when you put it in the words that I'm about to put it in, that I am about to put them into, they sound really bad, right? Like, we are essentially saying that you can't have we are like erasing the Jewishness of what I believe would have been the first Jewish superhero. Am I right or wrong? Was Moon Knight Jewish? Hold on. I kind of feel like he was Jewish. Okay, yeah, Moon Knight is Jewish. So technically he's the first a Jewish Marvel superhero. But still, we're like essentially like completely erasing the Jewishness of a Marvel superhero. And that's fucked up. It is. At least in my opinion. That's really weird that we're now treating Jewish people like this. Because like I said before, you could have, like, if Marvel had balls, like, because that's the thing. If Marvel wants to take a stance on the fucking Israel-Palestinian conflict, and maybe they want to have the Sabra character or whatever, like, uncover a plot to actually genocide the Palestinians, and she works against them, if that's like a part of the movie, hey, based, go on, do whatever you want. But like, to just cower it away and erase all of the Jewishness from this character, it seems very gross to me. I don't know, that's just really weird that people are like advocating for this. And then we get to the actress herself. So there are a lot of people who also just attack Jewish people in general, because even like if they worked in the military or in the Jewish military, or the IDF, I think is what it's technically called. And the thing about the actress is that the thing that people will bring up is that she so it is mandatory to serve in the IDF if you're Jewish, from my understanding. The actress is actually somebody that was given an exemption from doing that, but she volunteered to anyway. And because of that, people are treating her like she is an actual like she personally murdered Palestinian children. You know what I mean? Right? Like people are treating her like she is the actual superhero Sabra or whatever. And she like went like Homelander and laser visioned a Palestinian hospital or something like that. But if you read it, sorry, if you read this bit here in her Wikipedia page, it says she attended the Thelma Yellin High School of Arts in Givatayim, Israel, majoring in theater, before completing a short period of volunteer service in the Israel Defense Forces Performance Theater Unit, despite being medically exempt from mandatory conscription. And it's just like, really? We're really going to try to like cancel this woman? Try and like advocate for her not having a career because she was apparently performed in plays in the IDF. This is just too far in my opinion. And I don't think it's a good idea for Hollywood to appease these types of people. I really don't. Like I don't, and like I'm just getting so annoyed by both the right and the left on this. Like all of the people complaining about how everything is woke or blah 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 blah. Don't appease those people. You don't need to appease those people. All the like anybody that's like has a fucking Palestinian flag in their profile picture and is like calling you a genocide supporter because you have somebody that fucking performed in a play in the IDF in your movie. What was I saying? Sorry, I had to take a phone call there. But no, yeah, like it's I just don't think that studios need to be appeasing these people, because at the end of the day, most people aren't going to care if you have an Israeli superhero. Most people aren't going to care if you have an Israeli superhero that works for the IDF. Genuinely speaking, I don't think most people will care. I don't think most Marvel fans will care. The only like most people just don't care about about this fucking stupid autistic political shit. I don't think they do. And the only thing that people care about, I'll say this, the only thing that people care about is just wanting to watch a good movie. That's the reason why like the MCU has fallen off. It's not because it's gone woke. It's not because they have some projects with female leads. It's not because, they've been inserting their politics in whatever. It's because the movies got bad. That's it. That's it. Guess what? If a lot of these reshoots for Captain America Brave New World were actually in part due to them needing to change Sabra's character and strip her from her Jewishness, and the movie ends up being bad because you had to basically like rush together and rewrite the movie or whatever. I'm sure that's not all of it, but if that's like a decent chunk of it, and because of that the movie ends up being bad, then fans will actually be upset. Absolutely. By the way, if you look at that trailer, Isaiah Bradley tries to shoot the president. Well, are you going to reshoot the movie again now? Because, it's a little too close to reality. Oh, it might be controversial. Like, man, we really just need to like let artists make art, man. If they have like political disagreements with us, then just engage critically with it. Be like, hey, what is this art trying to say? Do I agree with it? Do I disagree with it? If it's a piece of art that disagrees with what I say or with what I believe, then that's fine. Who cares? As long as it's engaging and well made, then I don't know, man. It's just so stupid. And it is genuinely sad that like you could spin this in a way and say that, Marvel is discriminating against Jewish people, because they kind of are. Because if they really wanted to, if it was really about the whole fucking IDF situation, or like Mossad situation, like her working for the Israeli military or whatever, you could still leave her Jewishness intact. You could still make her Jewish. But no, just her being Jewish, I guess. So anyways, I'm not going to ramble anymore. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.